What is up, you guys? This is your boy Ghost Rider here, and we are about to react to the odd ones out. So without further ado, let's get started.
Before I begin, I'd like to say that this video is extremely embarrassing for me. I'm going to tell you some things that some of my closest friends don't know about me. So if you know me in real life, or if you're like my future boss or grandchild watching this, then please... Alright. Things that I do that adults probably don't do. I close my closet door before I go to sleep.
Oh, that's so funny, man. No wonder you earn so much subscribers. What is this?
Sleep every night. Okay, so this one's not super embarrassing, but why do I do this? I know monsters aren't real. Sometimes I'll already be in my bed, open my eyes just a tiny bit, and see the black void of my closet.
Weird.
Then I have to get up and close it. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why. It's not like there's a monster in my closet that's been waiting for like 18 years for the one night I forget to close my door. I just don't like it open. Also, I'm terrified of crossing streets. I will always
Dang, really? That's pretty messed up.
speed walk across the street while checking both directions every 2 seconds. I think part of the reason why I'm afraid is because when I was little, my mom told me the way cars were made, drivers can't see little kids at all. Which I'm going to call bullcrap on that, Mom, unless you're driving like a monster truck.
Why?
So whenever I would cross the street and see a car in the distance, I would have to run as fast as I possibly could. I didn't want to die.
Dang, that's messed up.
So I guess that fear stayed with me as I grew up. And I remember in high school, some kids would walk across the street without looking both ways. Not even a glance. They were just like, the car better
Dang. Ooh, there's a car coming. You better go now.
stop for me. Even if they're already going 50, it's their fault. So if me and you are ever walking together, and suddenly I start speed walking, you'll know why. I watch Minecraft videos, and I don't even play Minecraft anymore. What happened was that I started watching them while I drew comics. If I didn't feel like listening to music or Netflix didn't have any good movies to watch, I would watch some Minecraft videos, specifically Captain Sparkles. I don't know if any of you have heard of him. He's a pretty small gaming channel. And I started watching more and more, and I kind of got attached to the point where if I had no idea what to draw, I would still watch the Minecraft videos anyway. And I'll promise you right now that I watched some Captain Sparkles while making this video. Okay, I talk to my dogs. Or rather, I talk for my dogs.
You give your dogs voices?
I give my pets certain voices, and I talk to them in my voice, and then respond for them in their voice. And for some reason, they're pretty mean to me. I have 2 dogs, and they both make an appearance in this comic. This one, named Poppy, has a voice like this. And this one, Georgie,
That's kind of cool.
talks like a hello. So a normal thing for me to do is, oh, hi, Poppy. Hello. You're in my spot, Poppy. I know. Can you move? No.
The
I
dog's
was
weirded
sitting there
out like,
first.
huh?
Well, I'm sitting here now, so why don't you find a place on the floor?
Poppy? The dog has no idea what's going on,
He's like, I didn't even say that, bro.
and I've created this scenario now where I'm sad and sitting on the floor to watch my Minecraft. Only me and my sister know that I do this. I don't know what I'd tell someone if they walked in on me and saw me doing this. But now I guess everyone knows. Oh, hello, I have a voice too, and I talk like this. Shut up.
Weird. Maybe I could do more. Not the
I wish I
roommates.
got a watch. I got a game. I wish I got headphones with a
Okay.
have the board. I'll take random James trivia for 400, Alex. This was James's first career choice before his YouTube channel kicked off. I know this one.
No, not that
What
one.
is
No,
a
no, no, no,
male
no.
prostitute?
Math teacher.
Okay, that
come
bit's done
on.
now. Male prostitute was never a career goal.
Ew.
Well, I mean, it's not completely off the table. You never know how YouTube will turn out. If you didn't know this Odd Ones Out trivia, I wanted to be a math teacher when I grew up. My dream job was actually a cartoonist. But since me and my parents didn't think I'd be able to make any money drawing pictures, I chose a math teacher as my, I'll settle for this job. I mean, I like math, so I wouldn't have hated being a math teacher. And I'm also probably good at teaching children. I haven't checked though, but how hard can it be? Listen, kids, I have 2.7 million subs on YouTube, so if you want a shout-out, you'll have to do the homework. And I thought that a teaching job would give me enough free time to doodle cartoons, so being a math teacher would have been perfect. But oh boy, that did not turn out how I expected. If for some reason my channel died and I stopped making YouTube videos, I would probably go back to school and finish my math education major. And then I'd be teaching a class, and then one of my students would find out that I used to do YouTube, and then they'd say, "Mr. James, are you the Odd Ones Out?" The Odd Ones Out? I haven't heard that name in years.
What
You shouldn't smoke
happened?
in front of children, Mr. James. I just want to point this out. In my peeing video, I drew my first grade teacher like
Ew.
this, and in my Harry the Moth video, I drew my kindergarten teacher like this.
What?
Do you have an explanation on why they're drawn so similar? Yeah, I was lazy. Teachers play such an
Really?
important role for children, and if I'm being honest, I don't think they get paid enough to take their job seriously.
Dang.
A good teacher can make you excited to learn the material and actually teach you, while a bad teacher can not only waste your time and not teach you anything, but also crush your dreams. I took
Darn.
choir in 9th grade. Everyone had to take it, okay? It was a prep school. I'm not weird. And one time while we were singing a song, the teacher said, "Stop. Who's flat?" Then she pointed at a boy and told him, "You, sing." And he sang for a bit. Then she pointed at another boy, "You, sing." Then she went through a couple more, and then she pointed
Wow. The other students could sing. Let's see if you can make it.
to me and said, "You, sing." And I sung. Stop, James. During the next song, don't sing. Either she had
Oh,
really good
wow.
hearing, or I was just that terrible at singing. Now, I really hated choir. So if given the choice to sing or not sing, I would choose not every time. But what if I actually
Right.
wanted to be a singer? And when I sang just then, I was trying my hardest. That would have been soul-crushing. I would have given up on music right then and there. Thankfully, my art teacher was a lot more laid back. She definitely had favorite students, and I wasn't one of them, but she never told anyone not to draw. One time I showed my art teacher my newest comic, which at the time was this one, and for realism. But people with that art style can still have successful careers. She said she hated it. Teachers just need to be more supportive with students and teach them in creative ways. That's why I think so many people hate math. You just haven't had a teacher that made you want to learn. You'd pay attention and study for the tests if I was your math teacher, wouldn't you? Don't get me
Don't
wrong,
know.
teaching isn't an easy job. And even the best teacher can't make everyone in their class excited to learn. I mean, I probably could, but there's definitely a difference between a good and bad teacher. I had this French teacher in 9th grade, and she made me really hate French, and by association, the entire country of France. She spoke English on the first day of class, and then only spoke French for the rest of the year. We were in French 1, by the way. I didn't understand anything that was going on. I would just tune her out. I'd be doodling on a piece of paper, and then people would get out their textbooks and start flipping through it, and then I'd think, oh, we're doing this now? I didn't learn anything in that class. Honestly, I barely know any French. This is all the French words that I know. I can count to 10. Ou, deux, trois, carte, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf. Okay, I can only count to 9. And I know that Eiffel Tower is Tour Eiffel, quack is coin, and door is portal. My twin sister, who was in the same class and had the
That's
same living
surprising.
conditions as me, turned out a lot different.
Dang.
She learned a lot of
Wow.
French and continued to take classes after 9th grade. So maybe this whole knowledge thing has a lot to do with the student and not the teacher. Nah, it's the teacher's fault.
Bruh.
Did anyone else, when you were little, think that your teacher lived at the school? Because I remember one time my kindergarten teacher came to school in her pajamas
That's pretty strange, but okay.
and told us that she lived at the school. And that made perfect sense. Yeah, this is your home. This is the only place I ever see you, therefore you live here. Man, I wish I could work in my pajamas. When I went to community college, I had a math teacher who was this old grandpa, and on the first day, he told us that he never missed a class in 20 years. But then, the very next day, he didn't show up.
Did he disappear?
Now, in college, teachers not showing up to class is pretty normal, or at least it was in the colleges I went to. It happened more times than it did in high school, that's for sure. That's something to look forward to, seniors. Every time it does happen, there's always that one kid who will say, you know, there's a rule that if the teacher doesn't show up within the first 15 minutes of class, then you can leave. I don't know if that rule is true, but I'm not going to look it up, because I like that rule, and I want it to be true. And I don't even go to college anymore, so why does it matter? So teachers not showing up, that's not too abnormal, but since this old guy told us he never missed a day of class in 20 years, we thought he died. But nope, he just missed a day. He showed up the third day. I don't know what his excuse was, because after I saw him, I thought, oh good, he's alive. And then I stopped paying attention, because community college sucks. I'd say that my favorite teacher would be my 11th grade AP US history teacher. I liked him because it was obvious that he liked the material, and he would teach us in a way that was fun and interesting. He was also a more laid back and generally a funny person. He's the teacher that I want to be. He gave me a compliment once that has always stuck with me. He was telling the class about the AP test, which is the super important open-ended essay test that we took at the end of the year, and if we did well on it, the grade would count for college credit. So like a week before the test, our teacher was preparing us, and he said, guys, don't try and be funny on the AP test. The graders don't have a sense of humor. Except James. James can be funny on the test. Aww, that compliment made me so happy and confident. I don't know how serious my teacher was when he said that, and he probably doesn't even remember saying it, but I really appreciated it. I ended up getting a 3 on the test, which is only partial credit in select colleges, so maybe I'm not funny. That was 11th grade. In 12th, I took all AP classes, but I didn't take any of the AP tests. I was too apathetic. But I turned out fine. Actually, no. My favorite teacher is my 9th grade English teacher who emailed me and said he watches my videos. Hi, Mr. Batman.
Mr. Batman.
Sorry I plagiarized the Berlin
Oh,
Wall
wow.
essay. I really wanted to talk about my 9th grade poetry teacher. Yes, I took choir, French, and poetry all in 9th grade. It was a preparatory school. That teacher was definitely something. But this video is getting too long, so I'll have to make a part 2.
Well, that's gonna do it for this video. It's me, James, and definitely...
Okay, so this will end here. Hopefully you join me for more reaction videos. And yes, Facecam will be used. Because last time I didn't, I kind of failed. So, hope you join me for more. And peace out.